Hello folks, I'm Sam and this is my channel Biography. Welcome to it. So today we're going to talk about the Sony ZV E1 that was released yesterday and what YouTubers will not tell you about this camera. There was a huge let's say happiness and a lot of happy people about this camera. And don't get me wrong, I think it's an amazing camera, and for the aim that this camera is, it's just amazing what Sony is doing, and how did Sony manage to pack all of this kind of stuff in such a small camera. It's just crazy. And what I'm about to say, it's not anything bad against Sony. I love Sony cameras. I don't shoot with them primarily, but in my professional world, I shoot mainly with Sony, and I shoot mainly with the SF7. Super old, but I love that documentary camera beast, and I'm actually trying to save up to buy the FX6. So I'm not a Sony haters, but for this one, I'm a little bit confused because, well, here I have my phone, I have some things wrote in it, and I'm going to read from them because this is what it was so quick prepared that I couldn't prepare myself. So this is how I'm going to do this one. But it's amazing because, well, we know it has 4K up to 60 frames per second, full frame, and unlimited. And later on, they are going to release 120 frames per second and 240 for HD, which it brings it to exactly the same specs that the FX3 and the A7S3 basically have. And what, let's say, it was a little bit disappointing is the overheating issue, because not many people talked about it, but Gerald Dunn talked about it, and I was quite surprised on how Gerald Dunn was kind of happy about this camera, because I remember when the R6 and the R5 came out, many YouTubers just like talk trash about these two cameras. But these two cameras are way more capable of doing way more things than the ZV-E1 will be capable of. Of course, it's aimed to vloggers, and here it brings me to the price. The price is, in dollars, 2,200, with the kit lens, 2,500. In pounds, 2,300 for body only, and 2,600 pounds with the kit lens. In euros, it's even the worst part. It's 2,700 euros with body only, and 3,000 euros with the kit lens. And here you go exactly to touch where the Canon R6 Mark II is placed in euros. So here I get a little bit confused. Why are we placing this camera, and why are we cheering up so much this camera for the price that is in? I can understand it's full frame. It will give you 4K up to 120 later on, and probably the 120 it will be cropped. And all the AI functionality that is just mind-blowing. That AI cropping thing is so cool. The Lumix does it already, but in 1080, but it uses the full sensor readout, and then it does all of this zooming thing. So it's not really a new technology, because the Lumix kind of does it already, but I'm pretty happy that they are giving it already for you in camera. But for that price, guys, let's be serious. For that price, no. Like, you can take even raw pictures with it, which is cool, but you don't even have an EVF. I can understand it's for vloggers. Even the R50 is for vloggers, but it has, even crappy, but it has an EVF that is usable. So it's a little bit, I'm a little bit like, okay, I can understand some people were sponsored, so they can't really talk bad about it. And some people, you know, have agreements with Sony to receive, good new products. So they can't really talk bad about it. So I don't have any problems with those people because they are doing their work. They are doing what they have been paid for, or with what they were supposed to do. But it's so surprising how people were so happy about this camera, knowing that it has so many overheating issues, and nobody is really raging against it. While when the Canon R6, especially the Canon R6 came out, people were just bashing it. A lot of people just left Canon to Sony because they didn't have overheating issues, blah blah blah. And then now there are YouTubers that are going to use these cameras for their main things, and uh, it's quite surprising how this camera world works. And again, nothing against Sony, because I would have done the same if Canon would have done the same. And yeah, let me know what you think, like what is going through your mind. Like, I wanted to share this because I think it's good to be real. It's good to be raw sometimes. And I'm not bashing against Sony. As I said, I love Sony cameras. I think what Sony is doing, it's just amazing, and it's just changing the game, and it's pushing everyone forward. But this ZV-E1, for this price, and for what it gives for this price, and for what other cameras you can find out there for this price that will do better things, or if it doesn't do better things because it doesn't shoot 4K 60 uncropped or 120 FPS, it doesn't give you overheating. You can use those cameras professionally, and you can shoot pictures professionally with those cameras. And I'm talking about all the S5 lineup. So the S5 Mark 1, the S5 Mark 2, and the X5 Mark 2X. Well, with $200 more, you can get the A7 IV, you can get the Fuji X-T5, you can get the Fuji H2 or the H2S. Like, there are so many choices that you can get for this price that it's just mind-boggling for me how everyone is out there raging, and everyone is out there saying, oh, this is an amazing camera, it's revolutionary, it's what the... No, it's not. You have to... I hope people would just start thinking with their head and not follow what all of these YouTubers are saying, because it's just mind-blowing how good this camera is, yes. But imagine the price. Like, the problem for me is the price. Like, imagine the price and what other cameras are out there that you can keep. Like, full frame, you have the R8 that shoots 40 frames per second with minimum rolling shutter. Okay? It shoots up to 6K over sampling, 4K 60. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Like, yeah, like, I wanted to just share a little bit my thought. And like, sometimes it's a little bit hard for me, to be in this world, technology of cameras and stuff like that, and see how people are trying to push other people, to buy things or to recommend things because they are just paid for it. And many of us, unfortunately, will fall into this trap, unfortunately, which probably when I'll get to a settled level, I will be doing too. Yes, I hopefully, like, I would like to receive this camera and review it. But I think it's good to talk about the other side too, sometimes, without being worried on getting insulted or making people angry or uncomfortable. I'm just saying what I think. But what do you think?